Good evening, everyone. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir is audible, sir.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Devendra, sir.
Hello.
Is audible to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I can
yes,
hear
yes.
you.
Sorry for the interruption due to some technical issues. Now we are okay. So we start right now. So before going to start the second session, I want to briefly introduce Professor Debendra Chandra Baruah. Professor Baruah energy and energy management. With a career spanning over 35 years, he currently holds the position of professor at the Department of Energy, Tezpur University, Assam. Director, Center of Multidisciplinary Research, Research and Sustainable Development. Professor Baruah is an alumnus of IIT Kharagpur. He has and Punjab University. He has completed his PhD from Punjab University and MTech from IIT Kharagpur, and with a BE in Agriculture Engineering from Rajasthan Agricultural University. His research focuses on bioenergy technologies, rural energy systems, and climate smart solutions, resulting in numerous research papers, multiple book chapters, and 2 patents, including a multinational solid fuel stove and biogas diagnostic system. Internationally acclaimed, he has collaborated with prestigious institutions like University of Nottingham, KTH Royal Institute of Technology, Asian Institute of Technology, contributing a project like AdaptNet, Erasmus, and Rural Hybrid Energy Enterprise System. He has mobilized funds for over 16 significant projects, advancing technologies like smart biogas reactors and hybrid renewable energy systems. In leadership roles, Professor Baruah has served as Dean of Student Welfare, Director of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, and Head of the Department of Energy. His efforts have elevated Tezpur University's global academic standing, including establishing the University Intellectual Property Rights, that is IPR cell, recognized with accolades such as IEEE Senior Membership, Fellow of the Institution for Engineers, and the Commendation of Agricultural Engineering. Professor Baruah is committed to promoting sustainable energy solutions. His vision is to bridge the gap between academia, industry, and society, fostering innovation for a greener future. So now I just request, sir, please so go ahead with your session with our energetic participants. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, my good friend Naveen, and all your colleagues there at your teacher training center at Kolkata. Really, it has been a very hectic day for me at this home at Tezpur University, and then I learned that it will be my session will be at 8, and then uh, but maybe you also wanted me at 7:30. Some communication gap, and then I am late. No issue. We'll try to compensate the your that delayed moments that we hear. And then interesting thing is that I have seen around 115 participants, and then at this 8 in the evening, this is really and very interesting, and that will be we'll look forward. How can we do proper justice to the that your time, valuable time? This time you have stolen from your family. I understand because it is family time mostly. In India, we consider this time is family time. As you have stolen from the family, that let us not wait and much waste the time in giving you introduction. Though my colleague has given a very nice introduction, this is very sweet to hear about this type of things if somebody is spoken. But I'm not that big man here. I'm a little teacher, small teachers working here for last around say yeah more than 30 years. I do teach, and then in between, I am an agriculture engineer, as you rightly said. And then in the part of my academic journey, I have come across this beautiful world of waste. And then, yes, it is now a really and serious challenge for this human civilization. If we need to first solve it, its realization is important. And then I must appreciate and then congratulate Novin mobilizing the different colleagues all over the country to disseminate and deliberate the issues concerning the your waste disposal, waste management, and then mostly garbage management. And it requires an multidisciplinary approach, not a single multi-societal issue, and then not a single individual issue. And then it's a development issue too. It's a technological issue too. It's a biological issue too. It's an environmental issue too. But mostly the individual issue. And then if, today I think I will be presenting some slides in front of you, and then hopefully some of them or all of them or maybe none of them too are already known to you. But my purpose is to tell you the philosophy of this waste management with reference to the your technology, with reference to the current status, and with reference to our some experience, humble experience that we have here at Tezpur University. May I ask whether these slides are visible to you?
Yes, sir, visual, sir.
Okay. Right. Mainly,
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see the waste into a resources. Definitely, this will be our target to tell. And then, as all of you, some of you know, might be what are your energy recovery routes from the waste. Waste, we know that that part of the material that we consume after our consumptions, that portion of the material that remain unused, and then unused material we need to again dispose. And then all of you know, for example, this is an your development issue. Unused quantity of unused material was less at one point of time of our development. For example, if you compare your life cycle or your livelihood or this lifestyle of your parents or your grandparents or grandparents, then you will find that the quantity that remain unused was very less, or even no quantity was remain unused. And then traditionally, culturally also, the life was like that. Every bit of material was being used there, and then no wastage, you could say. And then in due course of time, we have changed our lifestyle that we forgot, we no more use those type of plant-based material or maybe biological material that our ancestors used for packaging, for storing, for serving food or so. Even the building constructions also, or housing also, shelter also, mostly or originally it was the organic material or bio-based material. All the things I could tell you that even my childhood was spent in a household, in a shed or your house, which was mostly 100% biodegradable material. The roof, the bamboo post, the your wall was made of bamboo, mud plastered bamboo, and then there was nothing. And then even tie those, you need to tie the wall with this post was also the your rope made out of the bamboo, tender bamboo. And then I found my father was preparing those tender bamboo your strips to that could be used for tying the your things. And then also when we took the market also, I used to visit the market with my father mostly at the childhood days at the, up to high school class 6 7 I remember well. And then we need to carry the several bags with him to the bag, separate bag for fish, separate bag for vegetables, and then also separate containers for oil, separate containers for your kerosene oil. Kerosene was used there at the time. We didn't have electricity at that say. Yes, I'm from that background, you could say. Some of you also, some of not may not be you, but definitely your parents would have the similar things. And then there was a very little thing that was remain waste. You could see, and then some of the things because yeah, packaging material was also like that. Even you need to go for your serving food in your feast or so, there also you will find that all those things were biomaterial only. One very beautiful examples, still it is there persisting here in some of the occasions or traditions, your banana is that plant which serves several purposes. The banana, none of the banana stem is useless. If you banana plant is useless, from fruits to your flowers to your stem for your leaf, none is useless. And then most of them were used for packaging material, package material. And now I think the concept of plastic was not known to at that time, and then it was all that, and then nothing is waste. Those biological materials, either it is fed for animal or maybe it is now decomposed as a fertilizer. They say time has changed. Your lifestyle has changed. And now I do not know that any of us are visiting markets with a bags or with any containers. All of our understood that we could carry the materials in packets. The packets are coming. Packets are the content is useful, and then packets are no more useful. We did not love it, and we had to dispose it. If you see the disposal, how do we dispose? That is one question. Second is that if we do not dispose, what would happen to it? Where I will store it? I know I do not need it. Third is that who is creating this package? Package is creating by those producers who are selling the things, getting the market value or so. Are they bordering of it? Whether this your package, the content of the package, first is this packet has a meaning that it will pack the materials and then it will help the materials to your store. Number one. Second, to transport from one place to another place safely without any loss. That part is okay, good. But now the packet is no more a packet. The primary purpose of packet has gone. It is now in material, your surface or area for advertisement. There are different colorful your graphics and the text are put on this surface of the package. What is the content of the colorful material? Is this useful? I discussed with these things when some of the one of the experts happened to be from Indian packaging industry, Indian Packaging Institute. They are in Calcutta. And then the response that I received was very not so your convincing or not so your satisfactory. The consequences of going these stress elements into the environment, I think not much studied. What would happen to those heavy metals or other metals, pigments, particularly color pigments, all those used for your advertising on this your packet or butter packets? I think not much work has been done, and now safety guidelines, whether those pigments will create problem to the environment, whether it is creating problem to the aquatic your world, whether it is creating pigment to even the animals which are very hungry animals, taking even the plastics packets on the roadside, even cows you will find, dogs you will find, whether crow you will find, birds you will find, those pigments are being entered into their body, and then maybe by the food chain, some of those pigments, the heavy molecules are also entered into our body. If cows are taking, it is going to the milk. So this is mostly not seen. That's how everybody should be sensitized, understand over here. Today's discussions, though I have given you the introduction background about the culture and changes of it, mostly I will share with you some of the your management practices, which may be motivating for the people to reduce or prevent the tendency of dumping on the dumping side or throwing to the waste bin. If you can reduce this throwing or dumping to the waste bin, you could do, if you are motivated, that we have some incentives to keep it over here. What is the incentive that I would keep? Yes, if you could recover some of the resources out of this packaging material, out of the so-called waste material, then maybe that incentive will help us to motivate. Mostly there are different routes. I think some of you or maybe all of you, I have not got introduction to you, but maybe has some background over here. Some of the things we can, it has a value of heat, just like an coal that we burn get heat, just like an bamboo or fuel wood or any other materials or dry leaves we burn and get heat. Most of the materials, if you burn, it has an oxidizing capability, and then by the process of oxidations it will release heat, and this heat can be used directly. However, may not be interested or to get heat. We may be interested to recover fuel. How could we recover fuel from those materials? there are different process of recovering fuel. Fuel means some gaseous or maybe liquid products that will be generated by during the process of chemical conversions. So chemical conversions, by heating the material, if we heat the material and appropriately supply the oxygen, it will be oxidized, we will get heat and then carbon dioxide. There are mostly hydrocarbon molecules, polymer molecules, and it has carbon, hydrogen, and other parts, and it will release some gases. And then if we could completely provide the 100% oxygen, whatever is required to burn each molecule of this hydrocarbon, it will give as many as C, so many of CO2 molecule, and CO2 molecule has no fuel value, but the heat that you will get out of that is be useful in an incinerator or any other things. Heat is whatever the heat use applications are there that could be there, maybe for power generations, for thermal electrical route, or maybe even directly your drying or any other things you could do. There may be, this is the simplest way, but only limitations over here. When you burn, some of the volatile material or low molecule material may go to the atmosphere, and that may be used harmful to our health if we it releases in the respiratory zones. When it goes to the atmosphere, there may be also consequences. So if we could control the supply of air or oxygen, then we could get three different phases. One is the gasification. If we could limit the supply of oxygens, but under high temperature conditions, we will get a gas that is equivalent to a fuel gas, which is burns. That is a mixture of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. That is also called synthetic gas, syngas. So this gas is used for engine, for power generations, or this can also use in burners for thermal drying and other applications. So control conditions, gasifiers are available where mostly people are done. Use it, do it. This is one route. Second, maybe we are not interested to completely get this syngas. We can allow this to convert into some liquid product, maybe bio oil or biosar or even some syngas, because this is not completely syngas. That is a process of pyrolysis, high temperature cracking of these polymers. And then we can also do the control the temperature, rate of heating, and controlling the rate of heat and the heat that is being subjected to the material. We can get a bio oil. So ultimately, there may be different process by which we can get these things. For example, this bio oil is mostly in case of you have the biomass and then also syngas from biomass, but mostly this is important. Polymer can also be done, but polymer doing has limitations because it has different range of your hydrocarbons, and that you can create problem to the environment. If we have the biomass only, for example, crop residue biomass or other waste biomass coming out of the food industry also, and it is relatively dry fractions we are getting, even bamboo industry, saw industry, or paddy mill, rice mill, then these processes, gasification and pyrolysis and liquefaction, as the biomasses have a relatively uniform hydrocarbons, can produce a sustainable or your environmental friendly products called syngas or producer gas, biosar, bio oil and syngas, and bio oil itself. So bio oil and syngas again has many applications, including industrial applications as well as thermal applications. And biosar is now mostly seen by the many people for enriching the your agricultural land. Biosar has a market, also good market, biosar. So this is all about these methods, as it uses heat to convert these waste masses. This is called thermochemical conversions. Chemical reactions take place in by the action of thermal heating. But if we have some very low your waste, what type of material? For example, the food waste. For example, the manure. For example, your different material that is vegetable waste or crop waste, which it is difficult to you dispose. And if you are disposing it along with the plastic material or non-degradable material, then again it is difficult to manage. So if we can separate it mostly in a typical your household, if you see 60% of it is decomposable, which can be further broken by the action of microbes, and we could get a beautiful gas that is called methane, and then that is also a mixture of carbon dioxide, but methane is a flammable gas, and then it's called biogas. Originally in India, or mainly in India, cow dung was solely used Cow dung is called gobar in Hindi, and also in Assamese also it's called gobar. Maybe in some other language also. That's why it's called gobar gas plant. You could see gobar gas technology, gobar gas, and then biogas similar. If your feedstock is gobar only, then it's gobar gas. If you have a very other feedstocks, then gobar, then it's a biogas. No, sorry, biogas. The product is same mixture of carbon dioxide and then methane, and this is very useful gas. And mostly, if we can have this type of biogas plant, I will again in subsequent class slides I will tell you in detail about our experience of using this biogas technology, and then what are the limitations and challenges. This could be a very beautiful technology from different angles. I will have detailed discussion on the biogas and also take your comment to discuss it. And then if you have something that you are that sugar based material, and then alcohol fermentations is possible, mostly sugar industry or potato industry also, then bioethanol is the roots. And then enzyme based processes are also there, where these biomasses are broken down into biofuels, different forms of hydrocarbons. But biohydrogen production also a new area where microorganisms produces hydrogen gas and organic matter. So these are relatively new. Even algal productions from algal also this type of thing. You can have the wastewater where we can grow algal, and then algal by the action of the solar energy, that means solar radiations, produces the algal, and algal has enough can they purify the water, and then can also produce good your lipid, and the lipid can be converted into diesel or maybe fuel itself. There are also different process of your that how can you do if you have some solid material. These type of things are you have many materials which are very small particles. Then shredding, grinding, milling of biomasses, surface area is increased. Drying, then pellet, you can reduce this pellet. Your drying, you can remove the moisture content, and then finally you will get biomass pellets that is used for thermal applications. Now, Government of India has made it almost mandatory that all power plants to co-combust. The coal is the sole your fuel over here. However, it is mandated that now use some portions of this biomass also, which are agro residue or other biomass which are easily available. At least some blending of the biomass with the coal. In that case, pelletization of the biomass, it will be as good as the coal, will be useful for that. I think we'll go for that just to reduce this your carbon emissions from this fossil fuel. So this is all about. In the slides we have learned about the different techniques of using the waste stream. If it is dry enough, we can go for thermal. If it is wet enough and enough your things, we can go various routes. If it is in general mass, anaerobic digestions. If it is sugar-based mass, alcoholic ethanol, or some new, it is mostly in research phase that enzyme based and the biohydrogen production is also coming. Loose materials, if we have sufficient quantity, and then we could think of converting them in an efficient combustion material by converting into pellet or briquette. So that is also reduced your reused derived fuel, RDF fuel. If you just coming into the biogas, as I promise you that let us discuss something about the biogas. I am giving an example of biogas. Mostly is an Indian technology. If you could say the first biogas, though scientifically getting the methane from the decomposable material by the action of microorganism was noticed long back. I think you could say, I think evidence as early as 1600 or say 1500 century. But it was even more before that, your solar photovoltaic actions. Before voltage, this was being noticed. However, production of biogas from this was not so old. It's very new. New means maybe before independence, during the colonial period in Mumbai, in Matunga, there were some colony. It's called leper colony. Leper colony is that laparoscopic persons were being Islam, they were put in different areas. They were actually forced to go from the home because this is considered as a very dangerous disease, and then people are not allowed to mix with others. So these are called leper colony. In leper colony, then people mostly visit there, but Britishers at the time, colonial rulers, thought that let us provide some basic amenities to them and at least the lighting. At that time, what happened that they provided sanitation tank. In sanitary tank, they understood that your waste material which goes to the sanitary tank will produce methane because it is under anaerobic conditions. Today's also sanitary tank, septic tank produces methane. Now they collected the methane and then made an arrangement to burn it, combust it to produce light in the streets of those leopard colony. That was the evidence. It is historical evidence. You could also search in Google, you will get it. This is 1836 or around that 1834. I have forgotten the exact date. And that means they constructed a big septic tank to decompose the waste material, the toilet material, to get the methane and use the methane for lighting. Later on in UK, that was again replicated, and then that was also successful. However, Indian history says that before independence, in Pune, in IARI, so-called IARI New Delhi at that time, the name was different. They started that to use the cow dung particularly and similar crop residues at different phases to have some small reactors, mostly called Grihalakshmi reactors. Then Pune-based institutes did it, so that the real problem of fuel source at the time, fuel source isn't really a problem. It is as your difficult to as a food source. You have a food grains, but you do not have fuel. You cannot cook it. And then LPG was beyond imagination at that point. So then that when they understood that science of converting the cow dung and other waste material into methane, but just by having a closed container where air cannot enter, and then only you have two inlets, or three inlets in fact, one inlet where the materials, raw materials can be fed, another outlet where the digested material which has produced gas and no more capability to produce gas will go out, and a third outlet where the generated gas is being taken out for uses. So this is a simple technique, and container only, tank type container, having complete leak proof provisions, but engineeringly designed three outlets. One is inlet for food material, another the outlet for the digested, that is called digested, and third is the gas outlet. So with this very simple technique, simple design, that was being used for a long, and then India used considered that that let it go to each household where there's a problem of energy poverty. So it was considered as an energy security device. And then from 1962 to 1970, 82, first KVSC, your Khadi Village Industrial Corporation, that took this problem, giving the subsidy. And after subsidy, it has been spread to all the rural families mostly. And then after 1990 and 2000, it says that not only fuel, but also the fertilizer value. There is also simultaneously research activities carried out in many of the institutions in India, and then biogas become really popular and then accepted norms. In the meantime, in other countries also, in UK, USA, China, Germany, Japan, South Africa, countries also learned these things, and they also did many researches. Even some of your big plants, mostly Western countries, you will find big plants. Per day capacity, several your 1,000 kgs. But in India, household small biogas plants, also in Africa and also China, this is existent. Indian story of biogas production was not so happy because there are many technological issues which was not addressed appropriately. That's how, though it is believed that it has a capability to manage waste there, it is capability to replace this diesel, your LPG and other fuels. It is capability to convert those waste material into fertilizer, thereby nutrients available in the fertilizer, your waste biomass materials can be again recovered and recycled to the field. However, in practice, there are issues. Some issues, technical issues, I will discuss in subsequently. But one thing is that complete economy of it should be understood. It has good economy. As I have shown you that in the slides, I think you have already noticed that if we have a 50 meter cube cow dung based plant, we can in a month at least 40 to 45 your LPG cylinder can be saved, provided we have proper mechanisms to clean the gas, provided we have proper mechanisms to arrange the feedstocks in time when it is needed. Feedstock requirement is daily, and then provided we can manage it through proper thermal control. In the cold months, when temperature goes down as below as 10 degrees centigrade, the microbes cannot work properly. In that time, gas production goes. Don't expect the 550 meter cube biogas plants that you are expecting around, say, to your the gas, say, example, one cylinder of gas. Don't expect there. You will not get it because if temperature goes below 20 or below 25, the gas production goes down. So we'll have to make an arrangement that proper heating, some portion of the gas we can use for heating the material, and then we could make it thermal management. Keeping the gas plant at around 25 to 35, we can assure that 1 cylinder of gas per day, more than 1 cylinder of gas per day, with a 15 methane of cow dung gas is possible. And then second, if we do not use cow dung, what else? Yes, cow dung, though it is best material for as far as microbial concentration is concerned, but most of the biogas has already been released, or methane is already released in the body of the cow during the digestion process of this material, our raw material. So cow dung as a biogas production capability is the worst material. However, cow dung is the best material because it is carrying the methanogenic bacteria from the stomach of these cows, and that's why. That's why a mixture of cow dung and then other raw materials is the best with proper pre-treatment. There are characteristics of the materials, all the waste materials. Maybe you have lemon waste, maybe you have paneer, maybe you have oily materials. Those, if you put in the digesters, it will poison the digesters because microbes are very sensitive to the material. So there are some pre-treatment techniques, small techniques. If you could maintain, then you could get a really 1 cylinder or more than 1 cylinder, 1.5 cylinders per day, and that is 1,000 or 1,500 rupees per day you could earn. And then this also will entail that to understand the characteristics of the material and what are the tips required. What happens sometimes, as you feel some acidity when you feel take food, so your food like that, which is not tolerant to you, you feel acidity, and then you immediately you take a packet of Eno or something like that. Biogas plants also like that. It also develops acidity. And then if the users do not have understanding of it, and then again you see that the acidity means pH comes down. It's a pH is a measurement of acidity. It goes below 6. 6 is the 7th is the neutral. Up to 6 it's okay, but beyond 6 is dangerous because biogas, your microbes will not survive, and then production of biogas reduces drastically. Population of microbes reduces. So if the users do not understand the meaning of barrier, what will happen? He or she will put more food, or biogas is not coming. Let us give food, good fresh feed, and then providing fresh feed in an acidic conditions is same thing like that. You are feeling acidity, and somebody has served you a hot samosa, and then you are taking hot samosa, and then samosa and kachori and all those things, but already you have an acidity. No, don't do it. Don't allow the biogas plants to do it. It does not require much of the treatment, only keeping it starvations that you do when you feel that you are not feeling hungry, you have acidity, you just go on starvations. Even if you do not take any medicines, your all own systems will take care. So that such type of small tips should be known to the users, and then lack of such type of awareness or lack of your care, such type of care creates a problem. And in Indian scenario, out of the 6 millions of biogas, household biogas plants that is being planted with the subsidy scheme of the government, only lakhs of are only operating properly, others are not functional. It's a very tragedy, but because here it also has an your scope or your capability to solve the problem of natural farming or is organic farming, because the nutrients contents of the most of the plant materials, biomass materials, has its nutrients with it, because during growing the plant materials collect the nutrients from the soil, and it goes to the waste. If you are allowing it to take it to the landfill or some other material, you just dump it, ultimately it will go to groundwater, polluting the groundwater, or it is washed away, not going to the agricultural field. But in a country like India, where we have nutrition security is must, for food security is connected to nutrition security, we cannot allow, or we cannot afford wastage of nutrients like that. A biogas plant of that kind, 6 million, as I said, or decentralized biogas plant has your potential to capture these nutrients that would have been gone to the waste, recycle it to the soil, because it is connected to the agricultural field, is a good solution. So both fuel and fertilizer solutions could be obtained, and with managing and capability to manage this waste material, waste stream. And then if you can take this material waste streams, other portion is dry. Your plastic polythene packet, your tetra pack that you have used for for many other things are kept separately, because your waste material is used for biogas plants to give you value for the fuel and the fertilizers, and then dry part has many uses. It is resellable. So biogas can give a part of recyclables. It is found that around 6 to 8 people can get an employment with a 50 meter cube biogas plants, and then it has several kgs of nitrogen fertilizers, potassium fertilizers, and your phosphorus fertilizers are also available per month. Yes, also the most striking benefit that India is should realize that your greenhouse gas mitigations, because you are replacing this fossil fuel that is being embedded in this your LPG. And then where from LPG is coming? LPG is coming from miles away, thousands of miles away, and this is not our fuel. It is 80 to 90% of LPG we are purchasing from outside country. So for self-reliance, so biogas is a solution to replace this fossil fuel. This is 50 meter cube is one capacity. There are also several ton capacity that I am saying. You can also municipal solid waste, segregated solid waste using cow dung, and then you can get the economy. Economy I have written. I think time will not permit me to read over here. Already it is there. You have read it, I hope. So this is the story of the biogas I am telling. Let me go to the next slides. In the meantime, if you have any questions, I can take it, because I understand long waiting to, I mean, seeing this slide sometimes create a problem to your eyes as well as create a problem to your concentration. You may be in the meantime sleeping. Anybody sleeping? All are there with full interest? May I know?
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
here?
sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
Any
sir.
questions? I understand, because only speaking from my side, and if I do not want ask you response, you may be feeling sir, teacher has not asked anything. All aware? Okay, my
Okay.
delivery is okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Happy.
You should be feel happy. I understand your family will not be happy because you are with this class and they are alone, but you should be happy. At least one part should be happy. We'll make them happy at other occasions. Okay. So then if you are happy, then I can continue and then I can take you the next slides. Okay.
Carry on,
Okay.
sir.
Take it. I understand. So, thank you. I'll finish it. I will finish it as soon as possible. Okay, no problem. Okay, so here we are. Sorry, our biogas plant story. I'll tell you. We used not only your food waste and other waste. We experimented with different materials. You'll know we have a very typical weed plant that is known as Micania micrantha. You will see in your Google. Micania micrantha weed is a very notorious weed. It kills the agricultural system. In many of the countries in Australia, Papua New Guinea, and other countries, it actually they have a national mandate to kill Micania micrantha. There are many technique, chemical technique, biological technique. Even people have discovered some bacteria or fungi to kill them. But that fungi, after killing Micania micrantha, also damages the original crop. So that is a problem. But chemical control is also a problem because it has many environmental hazards. Manual collections and eradication is a solution, but it is costly. Cost can be recovered if we have other alternative uses. So we found that Micania micrantha is a good source of biogas production. And then if you could collect it and mix with other waste material, any waste material you have, for example, the kitchen waste or anything, it's a very good thing. And then you could get, we are running a systems here, 50 meter cube biogas plants, and you produce biogas, and then also collect the nutrients that is going over here. Because Micania micrantha during its growth is a fast growing weed. And one of the 10 most worst weed is listed, and it is one of the culprit weed. And it damages tea plantations, it damages pineapple plantations, it damages your many of the orchid plantations. However, it captures your during its highly photosynthetic effect. Your things mass is high mass productions per unit time. So that mass can be used for hydrocarbon recovery by biogas plants, and then remaining part remains as a nutrients because it has enough nutrients. So we collect it in a tank. So one thing while maintaining a biogas plant, one should know whether in a conventional Indian design that provision is not there to collect the waste matter. I mean the digested material or the already the decomposed material, and then carrying it. How to carry it? First, never use an unlined pit or an unlined drain to take it to the field or store it. Ever use it in line pit or line tank. Why? Because the phosphorus and other materials go percolated down and we pollute the environment. While doing this biogas plants for environmental protections and reducing these emissions, one way, another way, you are concentrating the waste material and then sending it to this underground water and then polluting it. So to prevent pollutions, because one hand you are polluting, second hand you are wasting, because this phosphorus material, phosphorus is a very highly rare material, and then this for fertilizers productions, and then phosphorus reserve in the world is very less, so we should not waste any phosphorus, and it should be within the reach of the root zone of the crop, so that we can allow it to recycle for the crop growth and development of phosphorus fertilizers, and then we do not allow it to go percolated down. Similarly, potassium and nitrogen also. What happened to nitrogen fertilizers? Even dangerous. If we do not put this in a tank and cover it or have a shaded area under high temperature conditions and high temperature solar radiations, it will volatilize it into ammonia, and then ammonia volatilizations again your not desirable phenomenon, because it is a lost. It goes to air. We want to keep this nitrogen, fixed it in the soil, and then but under high temperature conditions, if we expose this waste your material, the biomass slurry material, biogas slurry material under high temperature conditions, high solar radiation conditions, most of this nitrogen goes to volatile stage and it escapes to the atmosphere. It is again a dangerous things. So proper care of the manure part, management of the manure part should be one of the objectives of these biogas production systems. Indian biogas policy, promotional schemes, subsidy scheme is known as manure management. You know that thing. See that thing. Google it. Manure management, biogas and manure management. However, the design, most of the designs are lacking these provisions of proper management. That is this another problem here. So any biogas plants, the management of the manure should be the motto, so that we not lose anything and then recycle it to the soil. We found that this manure we provide it to different. You can also separate liquid solid separately. Solid you can also do vermicomposting or package it. Little drying also to be done. Controlled drying conditions, dehydration conditions. Package it, sell it, or you can grow own vegetables or so that we are doing. And then again, you'll have to see that how to use these biogas plants. We should see that biogas plants, so biogas of the products should be used for their purposes called business purposes. It should not be on your waste or unused. So we are also running here an eatery on wheel powered biogas plant, so that small your businessmen can do some business using this biogas, and then it can also be remain popular. So these facilities that we have in Tezpur University is really catching up, and then it's also learning lessons or academic lessons for the students, and they learn it. This is happening over here. They can see it. They collect the vegetables. They grow the vegetables, and then but here everywhere we collect. We have a business sense. You take the vegetables but pay. Maybe subsidized rate. You take the biogas but pay. You take the fertilizers but pay. And then we want to see whether this payment is sufficient to support the expenditures of biogas productions. I'll show you in the next slides. The cost involved over here is this: your feedstock cost is there. Then cost involved is this installation cost, operational cost, manpower is required, having enough and things, all are cost. If feedstocks are locally available, only collection cost. If it is far away, transportation cost will be there. These are all cost. And then if you have a tank like that and you could collect everything, that tank construction is a cost. But then indigenously designed tank, and then installation cost is there. If you have different outlets, that is also, for example, Jibika, we call it Jibika, that eatery, or maybe other eatery, or maybe you are collecting the pipeline. This is, but selling the biogas is a revenue. And then your all fertilizers, type of fertilizers. Oh, I forgot to mention you. The biogas slurry, the liquid part, if it is sprinkled on the your mushroom production bag, the production of mushroom goes up to 2 to 3 times high. It is called that there may be some synergetic effect, and then it helps it. mind it, note it. Biogas is also a good material for food preservation. I have seen the people of using this biogas, the methane and then carbon dioxide mixture, to put inside the closed container grain tank, where the in absence of air and oxygen, the population of the insect that would have attacked that grain is reduced, and then your storage duration of your material is increased. Similarly, the slurry that is coming out of the tank is a pathogen free. It is considered pathogen free because under anaerobic conditions, all aerobic pathogen is killed there. No, nothing is there. And then slurry is useful because it is totally full of enzyme, and so it helps to increase the production of the crop. We have sprayed, sprinkled in vegetables also. We found the production is higher, and then also sprinkled in the mushroom bed and sprinkled in your production is higher. So that higher productions also attribute to more revenue. Ultimately, the profitable business plan should be seen. It's not a subsidy driven. It should not be allowed to go where subsidy driven, where interest of the people are less. It should be a profit driven. Or any waste management or plan should be a profit driven. We should see the interventions, scientific interventions, research interventions, your innovation interventions, so that we can make it a profit driven. If it's a profit driven, then only it will run. Subsidy driven and then government policy, other things we could look into, but there is hardly any chance that it will run. It will run for sometimes when there is a support, just like in ventilate persons in the ventilations, and then when ventilator is out, person is died. Similarly, any such type of ventures, if it is under ventilations, it will not run. But technologically, we should see that it will compete with the fertilizers, will compete with the organic fertilizers, the gas will compete with the LPG. If we could make that part, it will automatically run, because we know even without subsidy also LPG is running, though it was been subsidy driven, because it is a strength over here. So we hope that it will be taken care. This is our some of this experience that as I already told you. And another thing is that we have now the very high time of the sustainable development goal, most of you know. And then this biogas can address many of the sustainable development goals. One is this SDG 7, because directly it is arranging for the affordable and clean energy. Clean climate actions, yes, it is reducing this fossil fuel combustions, it is reducing this your synthetic chemical fertilizer productions, consumptions, so thereby it is directly acting on the climate actions. Yes, it is also giving your avenues at the rural sectors, decent work and economic growth. So SDG 7, SDG 13, and SDG 8 is directly addressed, in addition to your circular economy, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and then net zero emission target. Yes, just I will share with you something. Why in rural area this biogas plant is not successful, whereas other similar avenues are successful. If you see Pigari in particularly in Northeast India, you will find that people go do this piggery farming. Piggery farming is a very profitable business. Also, your dairy farming, even at small scales, 2 to 3 cows they keep, and then they earn money. And then fishery is another your units that they earn money. Poultry is again another avenues at the rural area, they earn money. That all this piggery, dairy, fishery, and poultry has some similarity with this biogas also, biogas systems. What is the similarity? All these systems take biosystems take some input. What is the input for piggery? It feed. All the systems have your output. What is the output for your piggery? Yes, pig meat itself, or maybe its excreta also, manure also is a fertilizer. Similarly, cow input is feed, output is your milk and cow dung. Cow dung is also not free now. At one point of time it was free, now it's not free. In village you will have to purchase cow dung. And fishery, yes, it get input as in feed, and output is your fish itself you will harvest. And then in poultry, yes, poultry also you need feed, and then you get the meat and sometimes egg also. And all these things have different life cycle. For example, piggery, it goes to several years, 7 to 8 years, and then cows also 10, 15 years. Fishery every year or once, twice a year. I think one and more than 1 year life cycles. The new thing come. Poultry also have that type of life cycles. And then these input and output systems, if you remember, just compare cow dung, this biogas plants also same thing. It requires input. What input is required? Feed stock, equivalent to that thing. What the animal eats, it also required a similar type of biomass feedstocks. All things are run on biomass feedstocks. They do not take your other synthetic feedstocks. They do not take cold drinks like you. They do not take your Maggie. They do not take your Domino's pizza like you. They take those original biomass feedstocks. Some synthetic feeds are given, but that is not so useful. Now, what is the outcome of these biogas systems? Yes, input is the feedstocks, outcome is the biogas, number one. Second is the manure. So input and output are all useful. Input is driven and output are reproduced. If you compare these systems, they should have this what type of profitability is there. In general, there are different considerations. I will not go into it, but if systems will be feasible, has a business value, or people will take it if they can get some recurring outcomes or income from it. All the systems has income and outcome. And then when we compare, we found that biogas systems, while comparing, if it is managed properly, I'm underlining, I'm emphasizing, if it is managed properly, if it is managed as good as piggery, as good as dairy, as good as fish productions, as good as poultry, has better chance to take as a business plan or a business things. Its business sense is better than all the things, or even not better in case some of the cases, it is at par. Still, household biogas system. I'm comparing here household biogas system, not the industrial scales. Still, household biogas systems are not getting eroded because some of the technicality is not properly understood. Some of the design features are not being taken care. For example, here you will find in the middle, this biogas plant, gas is taken by a pipeline. You could see a flexible pipe. What happened? Here, with the gas, there are also water vapor. During daytime, water, it remains vapor stage. It flows, it goes to this your burner. But when temperatures come down, particularly night time or your evening time, so this temperatures, when atmospheric temperatures comes down, the gas, your water vapor is condensate. It goes into this liquid stage. In liquid stage, it will block the gas flow. And then there's normally there's a provisions if properly designed. So there's a gas water outlet pipe during that thing. Whatever water is coming, it can be made outlet. If that particular tips are being considered or used, then you could get continuous gas flow. If not being understood, there's a blockage. The household will think, oh, why gas is not being produced? There's a problem. Problem is simple. Remove the water, condensate water from the pipeline, your gas will be continuous. So this type of information, non-availability of information reduces the trust on the gas plant, and they do not care because I could not feed the cows if it does not provide the milk and then a product. I will not feed the poultry if it is not providing this meat and your egg. Similar things happens to this biogas also. Oh, some calculations are there, but I will not bore you by telling all these calculations. I understand your time this time, but I found all these calculations says that household biogas plants income that could be obtained from these annual cost of expenditures are better. I say that there is a 6 years plan. We have a 6 years plan is there for a dairy, 2 year for a piggery, 1 year for poultry, 1 year for fishery, and whereas household biogas plants can be run up to 25 years. So we made a levelized things, total initial cost for infrastructures, total initial cost for the running cost, recurring cost for its feed and medicine, and so, and finally we have estimated the annual savings from each of the units. So we found that, yeah, biogas plants also have proper annual savings if you could compare from each applications of fuel savings and then fertilizer savings. If you just rank them in terms of the net present value, Yes, dairy is the most productive part, your avenues. Poultry is the second. Household biogas plant with subsidy is the third. Household biogas plants without subsidy is the fourth. Fishery is the fifth, and piggery is the sixth last. That means in compared to fishery and piggery, household biogas plants profitability is better, though it is marginally it is less in compared to poultry and dairy. As I said, your zero hunger, your gender equality, clean dairy and dairy, piggery and poultry can has lesser your contributions to sustainable development goal in compared to biogas. Biogas can, as I said, clean gender equality also, because it can give some more relief to the women in the household. So gender equity is an one goal that could be there. And then clean water and sanitation. Yes, if you can take care of those your waste material, decomposable waste material, then water and your air will be obviously mostly will remain, and then that will give you gas, and then that will also clean the prevent the water pollution. Affordable and clean energy, sustainable development goal 7. Sustainable consumption and production. Yes, responsible consumption and production. This goal also being addressed. Climate actions also addressed, and then definitely biogas has better prospect, and we are promoting it here. There are issues, as I said. The issues here is that mostly that gas productions should be temperature control, as I initially says, and then seasonal variation of feedstocks. That because any of the feedstocks are not available throughout the days. How many days I need to arrange for these feedstocks? Daily. Just like daily, when you purchase an LPG cylinder, till the LPG cylinder is not completed or finished, you are tension free. But in case of biogas plant, you'll have to ensure that you have enough feedstocks to feed it daily. Just like you need rice, your flour, or other materials daily, the biogas plant also to be daily. In India, what happened? We mostly say that it should be available free of cost. Let it be available free of cost, because you are designing your biogas plants on your waste stream. But there may be some requirement to care that these materials are being properly treated. For example, don't put the oily material there. Don't put the paneer there. Don't put your other packaging material there. If you could take care of that part, and if you have around 10 to 20 kg of plant, you can sub your kitchen waste, including fruits and vegetables, apple peel, banana peel, everything, or maybe some other vegetables waste, or maybe some other beans around your households, including the Napier grass. Napier grass is considered the best feedstock for biogas productions, or even other things, and that could support the requirement of the biogas full requirement of your family of 5. Flame is not good because it has moisture and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide removal and moisture removal would help to get the flame as good as an LPG, and with a little interventions of blowing power. So temperature, pH, feedstocks, composition and size, nutritional status, concentration of minerals, toxic substances, design and flow. These are some of the technical considerations. If we are a researcher and students, we should take care of that part and then make an perfect biogas plants. So this is the end of the presentations. Now it is open for discussions. And then if you have any questions, I'd love to take. Otherwise, it is exactly 1 hour. So half an hour, I think, will be taken for discussions. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Fine, sir, fine.
Okay. Still, you are working. You're not sleeping. Okay. So, Naveen, Professor Naveen. Okay. May I know any questions there in a chat
Yes,
box?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here.
Oh,
We are just on the session.
okay.
So, dear participants, if you have any query regarding the topic, please you can raise your query. Sir is available.
हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं. बांग्ला बोलते पारी ना बुझते पारी. Language is not a
Sir,
problem. Yeah, बोलिए.
I would listen. Sir, actually, biogas, if you are preparing biogas, how to quantify whether methane is more, because it's a mixture of gobar gas is a mixture of carbon dioxide and other thing. How to ensure the methane proportion is more, sir?
Yeah, thing is that normally 60% methane, 60 to 65, but in some cases I got 71 too. That is an very lucky situations when I could get it. If your feedstock is proper, if the you have enough inoculum, and then definitely 60%, more than 60% of methane should be there, and that a gas with 60% of methane is flammable, and it is mostly used in your stove. You can use it. However, if there are issues, that means the conversion is not proper, microbes are not properly working, temperature was not adequate, and then you have materials, oily material or some other materials you are providing, and then overfeeding. So many things could happen because this carbon dioxide is an intermediate product, and then sometimes what happen in term, if you do not allow the material to properly digest, and then your retention time is not proper, you are overfeeding or you are poorly feeding, then methane, quantity of methane may go down. There are analyzer by which you could analyze, but however at a household scale analyzer is costly, and then you need not to do it, but flame will help you to understand. Flame, mostly the calorific value, and then gas, quantity of gas that you burn from the flame, it should be LPG equivalent. LPG equivalency could be seen when you burn LPG, and then understand the time that is required. And then if you are cooking with or burning or boiling water, and then it is taking more time, flame is there but time is taken more, that means it's a lean gas, your carbon dioxide concentration is high. This is the simplest technique that you could see. If you find that it is taking lesser time or quickly boiled, that means your methane percentage is high. Seeing the flame conditions, and experienced persons or user persons could know the proportion of methane versus your carbon dioxide. This is the simplest technique. Otherwise, taking the sample of the gas under experimental conditions, then either knowing it from the GCMS or other your spectroscopy. Sorry, GCMS is not spectroscopy. It is knowing these concentrations will be done, or nowadays commercial analyzer are there. These my questions. But at household level, analyzer may not be possible. But maintain its health properly. See that its acidity. pH papers are available. pH should be within the neutral range. It is available, not much costly. If pH is proper, that means acidity is proper. It's neutral. If you are feeding properly, you are not allowing any contaminant to go. Obviously, you will get 60% methane. And then that at that scale, removal of carbon dioxide is not possible, though it could be done. If you can send it through some lime water, the carbon dioxide will be captured in a CaCO3, and then you could get enriched mixers. But till now, I have not come across any technology or any gas purifier at a smaller scale. But at bigger scales, there are many, including the pressure swing absorptions, including the your cryogenic things, including the different ships. But at smaller scale, you'll have to live with that thing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Any other question from anyone?
Hello, sir. This is Mrityunjay Bansode.
Please.
Can we increase the methane gas production with the help of some ingredient that will be added inside the biogas chamber?
Yeah, there are some attempt, and then it is done, but though it is in research scale. Somebody use your nanoparticles. It is available, and use of nanoparticles says that gas production rate is increased. Somebody uses even the stars. Stars means even the your cooked rice water, which is waste. it produces higher biogas productions. People also found that your sugarcane material, sugar-based material, if you use it proportionately, it produces more biogas. So selectively, mostly the sucrose-based or glucose-based material produces higher biogas productions. I have seen some biogas plants in Punjab. They uses the wastewater from the potato your food industry. Potato was industry that is only stars only. In our biogas plants, we have some hostels, and the hostels they use rice. You cook to rice is cooked, and then these methods actually they do not cook in pressure cooker. They open and then they put more water, and then some water is allowed to drain. And we collect this water and then use with the biogas plants. And our result says that biogas production is higher. So only cow dung, the least biogas productions. If you can add some greens, but decomposed greens, don't give the greens directly. You have another tank with you. They just put it inside the water, or maybe the whatever is excreta is going as a slurry in the from the digester. When you put the new things here, use that part only. That is called slurry or digester, and then mix it with that your liquid or semi-liquid of the fresh your green, any green, all green will go, provided don't put your bigger plants materials, otherwise it will flow complete this block the flow. Chop it properly, chopping it, and then decompose it 2 or 3 nights here. If it is during summer, 1 night is sufficient. During winter, 2 or 3 nights, or even can slightly cook also. And then if you put it, gas production should increase.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think no more questions. If anyone, no more questions, sir.
Thank you very much.
So,
Sir, I need to ask one question.
Please
yeah,
ask.
definitely.
Hello, sir.
Carry on.
Sir, I'm Shankar doing research in National NIT Trichy. Actually, I'm doing a laboratory level of biochemical methane potential test for the municipal solid waste materials.
Okay.
So, municipal solid waste materials are there are three categories: slowly degradable, moderately degradable, and fastly degradable. So, if the only organic waste I'm adding as a substrate now, so there is a some period I'm stopping the test, but I am adding the municipal solid waste as a substrate. So when I'm going to stop this test?
Oh yeah, you first characterize this municipal solid waste. Its chemical compositions. CHN. Have you done it?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Accordingly, you see, there are some specific hydraulic retention time. So
Okay.
you'll have to understand the hydraulic retention time. You compare it, and then accordingly you'll have to carry out. Mostly, where you are doing tested, whatever is the method of collection of the gas in your case. May I
I'm
know?
using water displacement method, sir. Water displacement method. I'm
Yeah,
keeping
water
KOS per
displacement method.
CO2.
There are many
I'm using
challenges.
KOS. Yes, sir. I'm using KOS for CO2 absorption in between. And then I'm ensuring that the rising of water level due to the methane only.
Yeah,
So
not only
at
not
what
needed.
time I need to stop the test?
Yeah, carbon. No, what time you stop means if there is no more water replaced, no more volume increase, then you should stop. But thing is that if you are maintaining proper temperature, are you maintaining proper temperatures of 35 within to 10, 20 to 35?
Yes, sir. I kept on test setup in 37 degrees Celsius incubator.
Okay, then when there is no volume increase for an day, then you stop it. That means no more production. That is the thing.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
this is Abhijit from NITTR Kolkata team.
Yes, please.
So, thank you all the participants, and thank you, Professor Debendra Chandra Baruah sir. So
Yeah.
this was really a nice sessions. Actually, I'm not the field of directly to the this chemical part, but still, it is you have discussed the things, and this is the problem of everyone in the current scenario all over the world globally. So I some of the part are very interesting to me also, and some technical part I some try to understand. So in this regard, if it is, I don't know if it is the directly part of your session, but I want to ask a question, sir, if you permit.
Please.
Sir, sir, actually, this is my
Abhishek
actually.
sir.
Hello.
Hello, Abhishek sir.
I'm here.
Yeah. So, sir, in the polymer science, in the water, actually, the different rivers water and the means the uh, sea water, we can found there different types of polymer waste. Okay.
Abhishek sir.
So, yes,
Hello, Abhishek sir.
yeah, Abhishek, this actually this mobile is connected from the Abhishek account. Myself, Abhijit Kundu. I will reply to you, sir. The session is going on. I want to reply after a few minutes. Okay. Hello. So, sir, Devendra sir, is it audible to
Abhishek
me,
sir.
sir?
Abhishek sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir. Tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Hello.
Is it audible?
It was disconnected.
Sir,
I'm
any
waiting
organization
for-
is there?
Yes, please.
Any
Yes,
organizer is
definitely.
there, sir? Organizer.
Yes, yes. Tell me, sir.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Abhishek sir. I am seeing my attendance. Yesterday attendance is not given to me.
Yeah. Sir, sorry to disturbance for this occasion. So we will sort it out. Give us some time, sir. So I just want to back this question, sir. So in the water, we can find different types of polymer waste. So in that type of polymer waste, can we use AI to sort it out? Means the how we can mean segregate from the water, and which type of means the waste is included in the normal water, so that we can means purify the particularly the river water for the better quality, to get the better quality of water. So this in this things is the part of the means this waste to means wealth innovation part. Can it be in the same area or some other area, sir?
I hope it could be, because see, what happened, the technology is coming, AI you are saying, or data science you are saying, and then that has enough strength to your help us to identify the minute and minute, without any scale limit. Earlier it has a scale limit up to maybe your atom level, molecular level. Now we can go to any limits. Number one. The second, the AI and your other data science will can help us memorize enough data, and by that process extensive informations and taking a decisions there itself is possible we using that thing. And then incorporation of this AI and data science tools for waste management will definitely have some miracle changes, and it will go. And we should definitely, your idea, one of the idea you are telling, maybe there are many ideas. If we integrate the chemical sciences with this computer science and AI and those type of data driven your technologies, then only solution will come. There are already, the identifying the water quality using a mobile phone only, simple mobile phone. You capture the photo of the water, and then it will tell whether it is potable or not, because it has a capability to capture the data in its quality data, its your visual data, its microwaves data, because there is a correlations. If this is this color, particular color combinations, this type of microbes are there. So that type of data ordinary computer cannot store, but with this huge cloud computing data science, it is possible now. So people are getting benefit of this technology in fusion. So I definitely look forward that your concepts on that type of things also should be available, and then that data scientists and computer people also get a chance to apply their knowledge, apply their new advent of this technology into the real life problem solution.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And
Sir,
I
I
just
have one more question. Sorry.
yes,
Only one question, last question,
yeah,
sir.
definitely carry on, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, actually, if we are executing a big level of biogas in our home, the same problem like pH or any issues are happening, how to understand, sir? Skilled supervision is always necessary for us while executing in the field level, sir. Otherwise, like monitoring devices, anything we have to fit. So like sensor.
Let me share, madam. Banita,
Yes, sir.
may I know your background, so that
I'm
my understand your explanations will be, I will modulate accordingly. You are working somewhere or
I'm basically environmental engineering, sir. I have completed
and
my
not
PhD.
it will be easier for me. So see, that is you're appropriately said that same thing. So here we have some innovations. I think if time permits, my other colleague Dipal will tell you about the thing. We have now innovations, patented innovations, where you fit the technology in your plant, and then in your smartphone, the information will come at what status the plant is running, its pH value, its temperature of operations, its gas productions, momentary your instant gas production rate, everything will come. From that, if you compare with an ideal situations that you could that data also will have, you will know whether gas is your plant is operating at par or you need some interventions. That technology will also indicate the interventions required. Maybe whether it says that pH is too high, oh, don't put anything. You will simply keep it starvations, don't put 2 days, and then you will find, oh, pH is coming in normal, put it there, feedstocks. Oh, gas is not produced, but I am feeding. Oh, there is a problem. What is the problem? Oh, yesterday you added paneer also to it. Oh, there is a problem, gas is not coming. The microbes taking more time to digest the paneer. Paneer is very dangerous things for the microbes. So, oh, oil material was inserted. Oh, no, there is gas is produced, but I'm not getting in the burner. Oh, the problem is that the pipe is blocked. So these type of understandings or for your things will be coming. Even we are going a step ahead. We could use your forecast you what will be the gas productions on the next Monday. We are going to also develop. We are working on it. A forecasting tool from the biogas plant that in your stomach what is happening, you know, by sense. We are putting the sensors to the biogas plant, sensor driven equipments we are developing. Hopefully if it comes, definitely we will share with you also and you will get it, and that type of understanding will be required. Till then, by experience will come by your own use only, because a farmer, they know nerves of the animals or nerves of the crops. A household biogas users, by when you familiarize it, acclimatize it, you will also be only knowing. But new generations would not expect that they will be so experts by learning. They need technology. Now we are coming with the technology with the biogas plants. With this technology, maybe that your query, your uncertainty will be addressed. Am I correct, madam? Madam,
Yes,
you are
sir, sure,
muted.
sir. Actually, in between some internet connectivity has happened for me. I will see
I said
again
that there will
in
be.
recorded version. I will see you, sir. Your answer. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
answering.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
Thank you,
sure.
Fantastic. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure.
Thank you very much, sir. So have a nice session. We can conclude here from here.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Good night to everyone, sir. So we have
Thank you.
already shared the attendance link. You can put the attendance over there. If any query regarding the attendance, tomorrow's session we will sort it out. Don't worry. Okay,
Thank you all. I'm leaving
sir.
now.
Good night, sir. Good night
Thank
once
you,
Good
again,
sir.
night
sir.
to all. Good night to all of you.